Hello, it's Dr. Paul Dignan here, 3-minute outcomes, talking about types of evaluation or evaluation purposes, a way of dividing up the different types of evaluation along the lines of the major purposes of different types of evaluation activity, which is around the reasons that you're doing them. I'm going to be using the made-up Archery initiative to illustrate the different evaluation purposes in this 3-minute outcomes today. Here is an intervention logic, program theory, theory of change, strategy model about the initiative. You can find more information on these in 3-minute outcomes number 2. On the left-hand side of them, you have well-trained archers, good quality bows, arrows sharp enough. And on the right-hand side, you have the outcome, sufficient arrows hit the bullseye. Now, if we think about evaluation types, we can map them onto this intervention logic running along the bottom. So on the left-hand side, we have developmental evaluation running right through to summative evaluation on the right-hand side. And we'll be looking at each of those. So it sort of flows across the initiative timeline. First, we have developmental or formative evaluation. They're both types of implementation evaluation. Developmental evaluation is about that early stage work, figuring out exactly what the problem is, talking to stakeholders, and how you're going to approach the area where the initiative needs to be implemented. Formative evaluation is more about the actual nitty-gritty of making sure that the initiative or program is really well set up, is optimized, and is most likely to achieve the objectives, the outcomes that you're heading for. These are both types of implementation evaluation. The next type of evaluation is process evaluation, and this is a rich description of what's happening in the course of the initiative. There are two reasons for doing process evaluation. First is if you want to replicate an initiative, so you know that, say, initiative X works, but if people want to replicate it, they need to know some of the nitty-gritty, the detail of what's happening in it. Second reason for doing process evaluation is if you find say you find an intervention doesn't work, you'll be wanting to know why. Did, for instance, the manager get sick in the course of the intervention? Was there problems with funding, etc.? So it helps you interpret the results that come to you from impact or outcome evaluation. So that's the second purpose of process evaluation. The next type of evaluation is impact or outcome evaluation, and this is focusing on whether or not the initiative actually achieved its objectives. Did it, at the end of the day, did it actually achieve the objectives, the outcomes which were specified for it? So that's around that high level evaluation purpose. And then finally we have summative evaluation, which I've put right to the almost beyond the logic. And summative evaluation is about the question of whether or not there was overall worth in the program. So really sort of summing up the whole program and making a judgment of whether it was worth it or not. Sometimes evaluators do this, but sometimes evaluators are just called to talk about whether or not it met its outcomes, which is impact outcome evaluation. And then decision makers make this whole summing up of the worth or value of merit of the program overall. Another aspect of summative evaluation is economic evaluation, where the costs and the benefits of a program are translated into dollar values, and you get the net worth of a program. So that's an overview of the different types or purposes of evaluation. The models I've been using today are drawn in our award-winning DoView outcomes and evaluation software. You can get a trial from this URL. And if you want more information about this video, find it at this URL, and information on the whole 3-minute outcomes series from this URL. Good luck with your outcomes and evaluation work, and I'll talk to you another day. Dr. Paul Dignan.